All right, it's cocktail home mixology time. Aloha Fridays and all that kind of fun stuff. Today I'm going to do a bourbon milk punch. Now, milk punches are a very traditional New Orleans drink. It's typically done with brandy. Now, the thing with home bars that most people don't get is that you really don't need a lot of alcohol to have a decent home bar. You could literally have a decent home bar and make great cocktails with literally just 4 bottles of alcohol. The difficult thing for a really good home bar is to have all the little mixers and all the other things that you need to have some diversity in your cocktails. So this is one that needs a little bit more than a lot of the simpler drinks, but from an alcohol point of view, one alcohol, it's easy to do and people love it. This is really one of my favorites. It's one that I really like when I go to New Orleans. It is a masterpiece. So, as I said, this is my version. This is what I would call a bourbon milk punch. So, what we do is we start off with our shaker. This is our shaker. And we start off with bourbon. Now, I like a straight bourbon whiskey. This is one of my, Clyde Mays is one of my favorites. We're gonna take 2 ounces of that. That's our base. So 2 ounces of bourbon. As I said, you can do it with brandy if you like, but we're doing it with bourbon. So then you take 2 ounces of heavy whipping cream. This is something that, most people don't have sitting around the house at any given time. You can see I'm down to my last bit. That's because I actually made myself one of these earlier and I had to drink it and enjoy it. So we put in our heavy whipping cream. We also need milk. So we do 1 ounce milk. 1 ounce milk. And this is like whole milk. You don't want fat-free or even low-fat. You want the whole good wholesome milk. Need a little bit of simple syrup. This is the typical simple syrup that I use. And depending on how sweet you want it, either a 1/2 ounce or 2/3 of an ounce is usually enough. I'm going through a 1/2 ounce right here, so I don't want it that sweet. And then a little bit of vanilla extract, about a 1/2 teaspoon, which is usually about a capful, at least on this. So a nice capful. And we're going to drop our ice into our shaker. And we're going to shake the heck out of it. It's like some of the other cocktails that we've done, is you want to get a good foam working on this. Really good foam. You don't want... So, you shake it so much that it almost gets too cold for your hands. So you really feel it. Now, ideally, you want to strain this. Now, I don't like to strain my cocktails, especially with a frothy one like this. Ideally, we want to strain it and put it over fresh ice cubes, but I'm kind of lazy in that regard, so I'm not gonna do that. But I am gonna pour it straight into our glass here. And that really gives it a few minutes. Give it a minute and you can see it. You can see this beginning to separate. Now, looks really yummy and frothy. And then I garnish it with a bit of nutmeg. You can use clove, you can use cinnamon. Nutmeg is traditional, but cloves works too. Just enough to really get It just looks really good. And this isn't as much for the taste in the cocktail, but for the nose, so that you really smell it. And then I like just to finish it off with an orange wedge. We'll do it like that. We'll need half an orange wedge, and there you go. We have a bourbon milk punch. I'll let you see this. There you go. Look at that. That's just beautiful. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next Friday.